Hello, good evening, ladies and gents. KKona versus Winterfox, map 2. We have a quick play into the A site from the T side. 2 CTs in CT, and they are now mere carcasses around the site. Xp3 are coming in for a big flank. He could do a lot of work for his team here, but Ellis is already looking for him. Xp3 going to win the duel, but now his position is revealed. Both remaining CTs with P2000, so nice fighting kills for them. Anger is around the jungle area, making his announcement via a cold steel missile into the head of Ocean. Now we have Vice as the last man standing, trying to spray down any potential diffusers. Not sure if they know where he is. Well, obviously they do now because he has the Glock back in hand. And it seems that diffuse is indeed coming in. Anger trying to meet shield, but he's a bit to the right. Job has been done anyway. Winterfox off to a good start.
So you know how you have a ticket booth there?
Yes.
By Spawn. What do you think? What kind of tickets do you get there?
Tickets to visit the ancient relics. I told you, it's like Egypt.
They're not ancient relics.
It's like
though.
Luxor. It's like Luxor to me.
But previously, you described a wall as an ancient relic. It's not. It's just a brick wall.
No, it's no. Look, you have to go. You've got to look around the map, mate. This is Egypt-ish. It's like Luxor, mate. It's Luxor. Look, there's a tower. It's an ancient tower. So the T's are moving in with an eco to the B bomb site on this occasion. We've got flames from the CT trying to make it harder to jump out the window. Quite like that Molotov actually. Got boosted CTs on the site as well, but there are 2 frags coming in for the T's now. All the T's on the site, but LeX is still over towards A. They haven't seen the bomb yet. LeX needs to rotate because the numbers are running down. Desi was at MP9, needs to find the frag, but he's running out of bullets. This is a complete mess. LeX coming in for a frag now, but inVert's waiting for him. That nade's got to be money! Leaving inVert alone versus 2. What an expensive round for the CTs. The pre-fire coming in from Desi will finally finish the job. Winterfox continue on their merry way. So
they have claimed...
This is actually quite like Syria, if you think about it, right? Because you've got these ancient relics, but the place has been taken over by terrorists, and you can see there's like munitions all over the place.
I still see no ancient relics.
Look.
You know what an ancient relic is? How are they ancient relics?
It's just old, isn't it?
Doesn't necessarily mean that it's everything old is a relic.
Look,
that's all of London then.
It's
well,
old.
All of central London.
It's old, and people want to buy tickets to see it. So therefore, it's an ancient relic by the order of Bardolph, right? That's enough information for you. 5 AKs coming out for the T side, 4 of them going on the lower slope, and Vice is going in the palace. It's a palace, and it's a palace. It's a nice palace, got little plants and stuff. It's a relic.
You've lost the plot. You completely lost the plot. Alright, well, you're going to see KKona now, see if they're on point or if they've lost the plot too. All the nades will be sailing in, and CTs shall be obscured within the smoke, so they've cut the site in half, and now they will be charging into the stairs and connector area. So, Winterfox having a hard time going for the hold here, but look at LeX's position. He's just, he's so close there.
Go defuse.
Oh, what is this madness?
This is absolute madness.
Although flowsicK is in a good position, and that flash was absolutely spot on. Switches out for the AK. He's got Anger, who's taking some damage there. flowsicK really looks like a lot is on him. And he's got the nade, the perfect GG play. And boom. Another frag there. And he has another good nade for the job there. Throwing it into Palace. And Vice is now backed away into Palace. So he's behind the smoke. This is awful for him. He has to come out and check. He's got to come out and check. It's a perfect play from flowsicK. Every single kill using a nade to basically increase his chances. I mean, actually, it's the perfect nade each time. The perfect nade for the first situation was a flashbang. Perfect nade for the second situation was the incendiary. Perfect one for the third one is the smoke. What a god! Yeah,
but I really think that 70%, maybe even more of the time, the CT is not diffusing there because he can't face and diffuse. No, meaning he can't diffuse.
No, it's a complete gamble, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think 70% of the time, T doesn't need to peak there and he wins the round by peaking late enough.
That's an obscure percentage, James. Where do you get the data for this? You're just throwing numbers out there.
From my genius mind, Dan.
All right.
From my genius mind. I just ran scenarios 1,000 times in my head with varying players, and the number I came to was 70%.
All right, well, Desi's going to be able to take down a player in mid, getting some defense going. Very, very forward defense there. Just taking the fight straight away to these players from KKona, and just like that, there's barely any time passing around, and it's just Vice left over. It's just kind of nuts, isn't it?
I've literally never seen a round like that on Mirage in my entire life.
Weird, isn't it?
I've never seen a round like that.
And now KKona don't have much money. If they had planned that round, they would have been able to buy, but Winterfox, with their aggressive play, denied them any access to the sites, really. So Winterfox instead will be continuing in good graces.
Force coming out from KKona over towards the B-bomb site.
Did they fully force?
Oh, this looks like it, yeah. flowsicK's got a Molotov. He's got the GG Molotov. He's putting it down. Are they going to continue to push? It seems they're going to try, but Anger is going for the spray, and Loki's playing for support, and they are just going to get barbecued. Barbecue beef jerky over at the B-bomb site. This is, I don't know. That's a problem. That's why you can't just run all the way into the B-bomb site, especially when you have one rifle amongst your team, because they can hear you coming from so far away. That is so easy to just set up the nades, unless you're going to have a smoke, because you're going to get mollied. It's just suicide to do that to me.
Yeah, I guess they don't care, because they're on the Quasi. That all their thoughts are going into this round. But now this round is like almost over. So let's see how how this actually turns out. But that's a really nice push there. If they had a plan, this is a great thing. If they had a plan, the quick two-man aggression from Winterfox, that boost is awesome. That's a really awesome boost. I don't think I've really seen people using that on the CT side.
I have not seen that before.
That is fantastic. Yeah, that's a really nice way to follow up the two-man aggression there. Because you would also assume that the Ts would, if they had mid presence, they would try to punish your exit on underpass. That's one of the hard things about that. Is that, okay, we get the frag there, but we can't really push into the actual. We don't want to, and we don't want to get caught coming out. So a lot of teams, what they'll actually do is have a smoke actually down for them, so they can go to retreat back into connector. But there you go, you just got a boost. That's very nice. And Winterfox is smoothly gliding through to the 6-0. So they're looking quite confident and on point. And when a team gets a strong CT side like this, things can get out of hand.
This is the fastest 6-0 I've seen on Mirage, honestly.
Well,
especially because we've seen so many of the matches we've seen in the last 2 days have been incredibly slow. When was the last time you saw that, hey? Well, I've seen Nip do that one time.
Yeah.
And that's it.
They did it on a pistol round, I think. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a pistol round they did that. It actually worked. I think was it pistol round? I'm not sure. I can't remember very well. It was a very long time ago. Like a year ago or something.
So flowsicK is hearing some sound, making the call to his teammate desi, who has taken 2 so far. Anger coming in from the apps as well. That's the bomb down. Now there are just 2 more players to find Ocean and Els. You can see Ocean top mid, going for the deagle hits, but desi is going to take him down as well, leaving Els alone. The Els could get a frag here, indeed he will. But he stands next to no chance of picking up that weapon. So he has a minute on the clock here to try and reset the situation, or try and get another 1v1 with a CT. Get another frag. Anger making a lot of noise here. But you see flowsicK coming in, getting taken down. Another 1 versus 1. Unlucky not to get some more damage onto Anger in that situation. But it is going to be 7-0 to Winterfox.
Indeed. And buyers come out 7-0 is pretty nice scoreline so early. So double up is a pretty big mix-up from KKona. Let's see if they can be successful. Oh, this is so nice. Boom. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't actually get that frag.
That is most unfortunate.
Yeah, because that was, that would have really cemented Winterfox.
It looks like he shot him through the wall. inVert's down to 45.
I think it would really have cemented their confidence because continually just be one step ahead like that and just get hit the shots is brutal. And again, look at the boldness out of this. flowsicK won't get anything from it, but it will be Anger. It would seem he's able to pick up a frag instead, and the mid control for KKona. Ooh, okay, this is getting really bold from flowsicK. He's not got any support there. He's just going for it without checking underpass or having anyone to check for him. So 3 versus 4, maybe getting a little bit too crazy here, Winterfox. A lot of risks being taken. KKona finally able to punish some of them. And now all they need to do is build into a bomb site. And they're choosing the B site. desi, I think he got a flash from a teammate there and got the peek, the frag, 3 versus 3 now. Everyone crawling through the apps for the T side. Anger, we commented about his poor performance previously. This would be a great spot to keep his team in ascension. Does some good damage, gets 1 frag, so it's definitely putting some work in now. desi, can he finish off these players? He's got LeX to come and help him, but he can't delay enough time to get LeX in there. So just one versus two, 1 versus 2. Here comes LeX, bomb ticking away, gets spotted now, and the peaks are starting to happen. Ocean with a just bold peek is going to take him down. Winterfox will lose a round, James, but it's dangerous. They could get reset. Dangerous.
Indeed, the T's could, and I know some of the CTs had a lot of money at the beginning of that round, but it's all disappeared now. So only losing 1 round, they are going to be on dangerous waters if they lose this round as well. So let's see what the initial layout of KKona is. They've got 2 playing passive towards top mid, 2 towards A, and rooRoooo in the underpass area. We've got flowsicK and desi coming out now, and desi going to get a very brazen kill indeed. Let's see, I think Xp3 was holding top mid for him from CPL, but he's moving to have a look over towards Palace, I think. So yeah, Winterfox taking absolute liberties in the mid area, and that's going to perhaps speed things up. You have Ellis rotating away from A, and he's going to be pushing top mid with the rest of his team. That smoke coming down onto shorts.
So, jungle smoke right over there. Oh my god, it's a lot of damage. Ellis is lucky to be alive, lucky to be breathing. And once again, KKona looking to try to find themselves on a B finish. And this is actually, considering Winterfox have so many players alive, it would be interesting to have seen them having a more forward position in the apps to have like a deeper angle, so they would spot all these players. But Anger's just doing the jump spot. He's going to toss in the incendiary. That's going to cause problems. It's going to stagger the push. He is flashed at all hell though, so he won't get anything done. He does delay them a little bit, but it looks like it might not pan out at all anyway because flowsicK's not hitting the shots. There, finally, he's going to take down 1 player, but maybe is it going to be too little too late? We've got more opportunities here for the Teeth now that they're open onto the expanses of the bomb site to take engagements, and it's trades after trades. And finally, it's just down to 1 man for the CTs. Xp3 with the AWP, and it's an awkward retake with an AWP. Bomb has yet to go down though. He's going to charge him with the P250. Hearing the plant, spots 1 player. This could work out fantastically. He picks up the frag onto Ocean, denying the bomb plant. This is massive. And there you go. Winterfox win the round. Xp3 with the save. And 8-1 is the score. So indeed there is the reset. But the bomb plant did happen at least. So they can have a little bit of extra cash.
The bomb plant didn't happen.
Sorry.
He killed the planter with 3 seconds left. Yeah, he won by timeout. So there we go.
Without my senses.
8-1, so they did indeed get reset down like a Super Nintendo. Winterfox pressed the big grey button, and KKona have been reset. So we have rooRoooo over towards the B bomb site, but he has a MIG lock, so really, I don't know what his objective is. At the moment, he's dueling versus an M4. And now he's finally dead. Took a while, all things considered.
Yeah.
Leaving Vice alone versus 5. So it seems that KKona had absolutely no plan whatsoever in that eco, and it has gone.
Are we seeing a stomp? We haven't seen these yet.
Nobody told me what stomping a mud hole means. Because I think it's an Americanism.
You sure you didn't just make it up?
No, I'm pretty sure people stomp mud holes in America. I mean, is that just putting your foot in moist mud?
What, for fun?
I don't know.
Maybe it feels really good. Could feel good.
I can see how it would feel good.
Could just be Could just be a.
I mean, on the
typical pastime.
On the scale of things that feel good, it's pretty low. I must say. I mean, putting your foot in mud, you know.
I don't know if you ever tried it.
No.
One of the reasons why I've run barefoot for years is because it feels a lot better. You can feel everything. It's nice.
Yeah, but I ran barefoot once.
And you get sick calves.
I ran in socks once, and I stepped on a snail. And that's one of the grossest feelings, Dan. I can imagine.
The funny thing is that I never did that when I ran barefoot, and I've probably run thousands of miles like that over the last 6 or 7 years. When I was doing the majority of that running in the countryside, getting accosted by various wildlife at the time.
Badgers, of course.
But never did I.
But when you scared of like stepping on a rough stone, I'm just like my nerves are tingling just feeling it, thinking about that.
Well, it's very weird. Your brain has this uncanny knack to actually scan the ground in front of you, and when you're running barefoot, you're so light on your feet anyway. Even if you do step on something, you don't really hurt yourself very much.
I could never do that. can't even.
I mean, there was a few times when I would step on something like something particularly like a jagged stone, and maybe it hurt a little bit, but never hurt myself really. I could always continue running and it'd be okay after a couple of days.
There was one time in France where I was slightly intoxicated down and I ran into the sea, and the path I took was the only rocky, pebbly strip on the old Thai beach, and I cut my feet up. So in the morning I had various lesions.
Oh man, I remember this one time actually when I was at Bournemouth Beach. I went into the water and I stepped on a weaver fish. I don't know if you know what they are, but I'll continue this later then. So it's 9-1 Winterfox.
Winterfox just running up mid with 3 people because they have absolutely no respect for KKona's Mirage.
They are dominance right now. They are setting their dominance and spreading their dominance back onto the bomb sites now as they are receiving this push from KKona, and it's actually going somewhat well. They've got a good spread across the site, and they got the plant now. There's some frags in there as well. In fact, they have the advantage on players by 2, and so you're going to be eliminated by flowsicK, but he himself will find his maker.
It's like impossible.
Inverts AWP.
It's impossible to commentate around like that.
It's a bit nuts.
There are smokes everywhere. People are running through smokes and basically just doing figure of 8s in other people's faces, and it's a lottery as to who's going to get the frag.
Indeed.
I think we should just sit and just witness in poetic silence rounds such as those. So KKona have doubled their score in round 11, and they've managed to find themselves with 2 AWPs and 3 AKs. There's an AWP on the to Xp3 as well. So we'll see if the CT approach is going to be a little bit more sensible, but the player Ocean in mid is thinning the numbers.
It is really funny because they know that they just reset their opponents and they rush mid, and so obviously you really need to do that. you really need to do that when you're playing against around an eco. But never mind. That's the discipline factor that often gets called into question. And when you have a lead, when you're feeling very dominant, the complacency to make very risky plays when maybe that's not the ideal situation, but then you don't want to be outcome oriented too. And so just roast them just because it didn't work that time. Maybe you wouldn't have roasted them if it did work. I think I still would have, but
absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
But generally speaking, that there are some of the processes we're thinking about. But I mean, because right now is because of that loss, KKona have been put back into the map potentially. They're winning a couple rounds. The money for Winterfox is likely going to be, I mean the money for Winterfox is gone now. So now they're going to be on eco, and KKona could very realistically get up to 5 rounds in this half when Winterfox were in a position where they could have after just resetting them, probably had at least 11 or 12 themselves. So it makes a big difference. Makes a big difference. But I stepped on a weaver fish, James, and these are in the UK. You don't really have many things to worry about, right? That have that can inject you with toxins of various kinds.
Ew.
But these fish are venomous, and they have like a stinger. And they basically sleep like under like I don't know, a few millimeters of sand, so they're completely hidden.
You're ruining my life right now.
But their stingers point up through the sand, so you can run along the sand into the sea and step on them, which I did. The stinger goes into your foot, it breaks off in your foot, and they shoot the venom into your feet.
Why are you doing
this
to me?
Then
I'm so grossed out right now.
It's incredibly painful. It's like getting shot. It's like getting shot in the foot basically, and you have to get it removed by. I had to get it removed by a nurse. It was so incredibly painful. Anyway. So we have a bit of an eco coming in from Winterfox. inVert is like, I'm just going to back away here. I can detect that you guys do not want me to be here. I will vacate, please. Let me leave.
Lay down your weapons. And indeed they have.
I was never here.
So where is the bomb needs to be collected by Ellis actually. And desi is playing in the blind spot around it with the AWP, but the bomb has indeed successfully been collected, and we have Vice in CT spawn of A, so he's got a nice angle to help his team, but Xp3 spotted him. Xp3, however, has no Kevlar, and if he goes down, desi has a decision to make about whether he chooses to continue pushing or chooses to save the AWP, as indeed the CT money is less than stellar. So see desi playing around the connector stairs at the moment, while KKona start to push T slope. Again, Vice is still in CT spawn, and that should essentially mark the end of the round. We've got Xp3's in sandwich, and he will be sandwiched by the T's.
It's still kind of, I'm still a little bit sad for Winterfox because, you know, they had so much dominance.
Yeah, and they've let KKona back into the game.
Yeah, absolutely. 3-man push it versus an eco round. Basically, yeah, more or less an eco round. It's quite sad, but Xp3, he's going to start, start on that redemption trail. He's going to pick up that frag from middle, and we still have 2 AWPs for KKona. So it does start to get a bit awkward once if you lose a player. There's 4 of you left. You've got 2 AWPs. You kind of don't want to heavily bias pick base play at this point, because let's say one of the AWPers loses a battle against Xp3 or something, and then they're down to 3 players and they haven't gained any position on the map. So you've basically gambled away being able to do anything, and you just have to win your aim battles, and then that's not really consistent. So it's kind of an awkward position to be in, and Xp3 will actually get that pick. So now you've got to think, okay, what position are KKona actually in to work with? There's not many spots for them to win this round now. They have to try to take some control, and they're trying to do so in middle. Xp3, he's just shutting them down single-handedly in this round, picking up another kill. flowsicK is going to capitalize in the distraction Xp3 provided, goes in there, gets a nice angle, and then Winterfox clean up. So unfortunate for KKona to lose both the picks. I think, that could easily go their way, maybe, in another round, but this time it didn't, and we got the 10-4. So Winterfox start to go back to winning ways. But for how long?
KKona headed towards what perhaps would have been a fast A, but they're going to be smoked off as per usual. It's like how he's lighting up a smoke with an AWP that has no crosshair then. I respect that.
That's pretty awesome.
That's hardcore. So here we go. A execute coming in from the T's, and you can see Winterfox moving out of the site. It's going to play a 5-man retake. Xp3 backing off into the smoke as well. So again, we've got these funky smokes from KKona where they smoke into connector and jungle and leave the area between the 2 open. And it's had mixed results so far. Again, all going for the Angels now. Man advantage for the CT, so it seems the retake's going well for them so far. Is he hungry for the kills there, but he's going to have to wait for the Molotov to go down. Palace is being smoked out. inVert, though, is coming in for the flank from top mid, and Xp3's gone to look for him, which might make things a little bit harder, but obviously he is top mid, so it gives him a few seconds to focus on the remaining 2 Ts. inVert still playing super passive at the moment, but with his teammates moving, getting taken down, he's going to start moving towards connector. Now it's all down to inVert, but he's going to get shut down by Xp3. Winterfox make it 11-4. Could have easily been a, I don't know, 12-3.
Yeah, maybe even more than that. It's funny though, because usually when we've been watching these matches, especially with this grouping of teams that we've had in this qualifier for NA, we've seen a lot of spots where very realistically Echo Fox, let's say they give away that round. Let's say they do play way too aggressively for an anti-eco and take a risk they don't have to, lose that round, and then KKona, they win the next rounds, and then Winterfox have to eco, and then in this grouping of teams, we'll see it. Then KKona then bring it back to like 6 or 7 rounds or something. That's happened so many times, but this time Winterfox actually just boom, they get the full buy-in and they just crush them again. So Winterfox actually looking a bit more consistent in this instance, but it's just one map. Wonder how the pistol round will go. Do we have a raid boss? Yes, we do. flowsicK is on the raid boss. Yes, he is the only raid boss present. I do love the raid boss term. That is, for me, fantastic. I think, was it Anders that coined it? I'm not sure who coined it, but it is fantastic. It was probably Anders. He is a massive nerd, so here we go. We got the push coming in onto the B-bomb site, and maybe it's quickly leaving again because the bomb is dropped in middle, and that's the problem. Although the Ts are cleaning up, but the CTs realize that, okay, the bomb is in middle. Can we get some good position to cover this? Window might not be the best position ever, but I'm not sure if there is really a great position. It's all going to be awkward for them, especially as they are out without the numbers. And you can see that Ocean's super worried. They don't have control of the ladder room. They could get shot from above. So really awkward times here for the CTs. KKona trying to manage as best they can, though, and neither of them have died just yet. Winterfox trying to find their way back onto the bomb site, taking all the open aim battles, and the bomb, meanwhile, has found its way over through to the B apartments to safety, to its destined location, which is ticking away ready to detonate these. I don't know what they're detonating.
Munitions.
There. Is it AIDS of some kind or?
AIDS?
No, aid.
It's munitions.
Is it munitions? Okay.
It's massive, like, missiles.
All right.
They're clearly exposed on the site. You can see them.
All right then. Should see what my aid looks like, James. I've got pretty good aid.
You've got pretty good aid.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Like, for example, when you're going to drop a bunch of aid into a country, into a war zone or something.
Is that something you
so
do?
Like,
then?
you know, food, water, supplies, medical supplies.
That's something you do? You drop aid in countries?
Yes, definitely that's the highest of my pastime, James. I have a helicopter, I fly into war zones, and I drop aid for everyone. For both sides, of course. Everyone gets it.
You get some aid. You get some aid.
Jesus Christ, James. Come on, what is this? Why do you play the fool? And I just walk into it every time.
I honestly don't know what you're talking about. Just rabbiting on about blowing up AIDS. I'm like, what?
I never said aid.
Who's blowing up AIDS? I can't say now. What are you doing to me? We've got 3 B. Oh my god. 3 CTs over towards B bomb site. They have armor and pistols to save, and it seems they'll try to do that. So they're not going to try and save Dan's aid on the A site. Is that A for aid? Is that what it's the A for? What's the B for?
You're so mature.
Bullied.
You're just such a... James, you have the mental age of a 3-year-old.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so it's actually looking like Winterfox might actually close this one out quickly, James. I'm just going to jinx it immediately. I'm just going to get the jinx in there as fast as possible.
Is this what you want? Is this what, are you setting yourself on fire, Dan? Is this what you're doing?
We shall see.
Ellis has picked up an MP7.
It's really weird for me. I'm feeling better as the day goes on, but it's I don't know. It's probably like 4 or 5 a.m. right now. So
yeah, but this is normal time for us since we were in Columbus for a week.
This is the first time jet lag's ever helped me, but at the same time, being ill did not help me at all.
So it's essentially like 11 p.m. to midnight for us.
Yeah.
On our body clocks.
And I guess we've been spending so much time casting as well. My body is just like actually getting rid of the illness as time goes on. We don't sleep.
I remember that when I was in Serbia and I got wasted and I had to cast grand final stand while I was recovering. That was great. Accident, of course. So we've got Ocean in the shadow position. Almost getting 2 kills there. Done good damage for his team. The 5-7s are out on 2 of these 3 remaining CT players, so we'll see what they can get done with them. Ellis is going to be eliminated by some of the Ts, and that is a clean round for the most part for the Winterfox side, who move within 2 rounds of taking the second game in this best of 2.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see such a crushing result from Winterfox, especially considering the inconsistencies and shakiness and so on. And it's not even been, LeX who's been crushing them this map. LeX was really huge on overpass. Desi and Anger. Desi and Anger have been getting a lot of damage done in this one, and it's great to see considering that we were kind of, I suppose I wouldn't say directly calling Anger out, but just highlighting the fact that he has not been performing as perhaps he used to be, or to that level of grandeur. So that's cool to see, and there is the man in question in the palace. Anger, Saint Anger.
You're tilting it again
and
about Metallica.
It is. I don't know how you don't think that's an awful album.
Well, I can't remember any of it apart from the headline songs.
I remember it because it's awful. Anyway, we got the play coming into the A bomb site. Vice is by Shadow. He's going to get smoked away, and it's looking pretty chaotic for him. He's trying to find an angle. Like, where exactly can I see these Ts? And finally, they will avail themselves to his crosshairs as he is able to spray him down a little bit. But there again, Anger with a 3K already, snapping him down, cleaning him up, and dropping them everywhere. Dropping the bodies everywhere. There's just 2 more to kill though. And Anger is with flowsicK right now. flowsicK with the nades to actually help them progress this round. Because otherwise it's a bit of a stalemate face-off where the CTs have the advantage in that the Ts have to plant the bomb, but now the bomb can be planted safely, and flowsicK behind the ticket is likely going to be checked. This is kind of an interesting position. Ooh, the Molotov is that gonna be good? Probably gonna be pretty solid there. flowsicK gets 1 frag and the second one as well. Indeed, the Molotov was quite handy. So good money for Winterfox. They're on the map point. This is kind of nuts that they could win this one quickly. I can't quite believe my eyes, James. That we're seeing a fast game here from Winterfox. It's really nice to see from them.
Yeah, so KKona don't really seem to have much to offer. I mean, it's been, in fairness, like even though Winterfox have won a ton of rounds, a lot of them towards A have been a bit all over the place in terms of just, I mean, the potential variants of all the smokes and so on. But there we go, they're winning the majority of them, so they must be doing something right. Many Winterfox players in the mid area at the moment. desi rotating out from T-spawn as well. You can see rooRoooo has been lost, and Bison trying to push a slope through the smoke inverted around the connector area. Again, they're just pushing through the smoke, and it's all madness, but it's going the way of Winterfox. Vice and Ocean remain. The bomb is still in control, though, of the T's, who are moving with force into the B bomb site. Ocean's in the Apsto, but he's going towards the underpass. With Vice in CT spawn, Ocean's going back towards App, so maybe a bit of confusion there, but he is going to take the high ground after all.
And there you go. It's over. Game over, man. Game over. It is a fast game, 16-4 from Winterfox, and wow, Anger had a good performance.
Duncan.
He had a pretty good performance there, right? He was getting 3 kills. He was doing well overall in the game. Some flashes of what I referred to before. This was mercifully one of the few short games we've actually had. This is actually where a team got a big lead, and I was saying back there. So how many rounds in double figures is the other team going to get to? But this time they actually did close them out immediately. The thing is, from watching all these results here, I haven't watched many of these teams play, obviously, but it's so hard to draw any conclusions from these matchups. Like, there's not even any rhyme or reason as to, like, I mean, KKona won the last game. They won it in decent fashion. This one, they get completely wrecked here by the other team. Yet Winterfox is the team that couldn't close out against Echo Fox. The whole thing's all over the place. One point I do want to make is that one of the players who did have a good game for Winterfox was desi. And when you're looking at a lot of the players in these games where it's the lower level NA teams, most of those guys don't really have much opportunity to one day be on a good team. Most of them actually probably have already been around quite a long time, like a year or so, year and a half, probably in like ESEA Premier or low invite. It's not that they're unknowns waiting for, it's just that they're not going to be picked up. desi is actually someone where if you know about the scene, skill-wise, he has been in okay level teams. He's been like elevating. Skill-wise, I actually think this guy could be on a Cloud9 type team. His problem actually more is along the lines that people don't want to play with him, unfortunately. Like, he has a very abrasive personality. He thinks he imagines himself to be better than he is, if you can imagine such a scenario. And yeah, that's basically the problem. And also, unfortunately, he has that kind of like NA player's disease where if you have a tall, good aim, they just use it as a crutch, you know, and they play overly peaking all the time. Whereas if you added a bit of smartness in, then you'd be a much better all-round player. In fact, that's actually one of the reasons why I used to think Swag was the best North American player. Like, he had aim, like a lot of them did, a lot of very good aimers, but he also was a very smart player who played within kind of his own skill set, and so he was very effective. So yeah, that's about that for that game.
Yeah.
One best of 2 to go.
Dan, do you have anything to add to that?
Let me think.
Something about Saint Anger, Metallica maybe?
No, man. I don't know why I keep bringing it up, because I'm just torturing myself. He thinks that's a good album.
Well, here's the thing. The obvious joke to make, okay, is that since you were talking about Saint Anger and Metallica, if you remember that era, was when Metallica and Lars Ulrich, drummer particularly, was very much against the internet and downloading of music files.
Oh,
famously Napster. There's a name you haven't heard in a long time. So he was trying to ruin the internet so we couldn't all download stuff. And in many ways, from that game we saw yesterday, Anger was trying to ruin the internet as well for all of us and spoil our fun. But he turned it around.
That's pretty sick.
Pretty tenuous link, right?
How did you get that?
There at the end.
Reaching a bit, but I accept it.
On that note, Winterfox versus Obey Alliance after the break. See you back here.
Ex-Obey Alliance.
Ex-Obey Alliance, excuse me. See you back here in a few minutes.
I like it, Maz.